Hey guys, this is Connor from Woke Garage. I just want to give you a live feed, a live chat. What I'm going to be doing is I changed the Woke Garage channel on there to that Woke Garage S10. So I thought I'd let you guys know I probably popped it around, wouldn't doing things like that. So we wanted to do that and stuff like that. And it was feel I want that change to just work on the S10. Um, do live things and stuff like that. They're going to 7 Up, of course. So this was um, when what I came up with. Finally, I'm going to give up on this project a few things, and I want to touch base is the drivetrain. I'm going to the 700R transmission um, with the 4L60 that I had hoped to put in there. I'm going to go to a mechanical transmission, 700R transmission. But I got to figure out if that's the bravado same transmission like all the Blazers and his 10 trucks, the first gen and stuff like that. So that's what I'm going to do. The reason to the from the 4L16 to the 700R transmission because it's the mechanics of it. I figured it'd be simpler and all that. I just have to have the digital Dakota BSS module, which I can probably do on it, but hopefully put the digital Dakota digital cluster in the retro cluster in there. So that's what I'm probably going to do. I had changed on a few things on there with that. I'm going to stick with that and use the 44 72 volt wire transfer case for the all-wheel drive. It's going to be strictly all-wheel drive. I'm going to be looking from a 91 to 94 or 93, which the year I can do best. After I research this a little bit, it's just two. So you say 94, I'm going to go through the 91 to 94 or 93, 91 to 93. So I've got that kind of confusing, sorry. That's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to use that transfer case out of the Bravada, and also I think they said it was a 7.2 inch or 7.3 inch single axle front differential with the brackets and everything that goes with it, and also the dry shaft. So it's saying in there I might have to modify the dry shaft. Don't know yet. I haven't got to that point yet, and so forth. And that's where I'm going in that direction with the LS48. Of course, it's going to be fully stock for right now. My goal is to get it running. That's the first phase, and then go from there. So there's going to be a couple phases I'm going to be going through with that truck. So the first phase is the drive chain. I'll probably take the cab in the bed and put the cab in the bed and put it in the trailer I have. I'll just tie it down me and the wife's son, and my son is going to probably help me out with that. So that's what I'm going to do. It wasn't an easy decision. I was looking at too many electronics going up to this swap. So I figured, well, let's go with a mechanical transmission. A lot of people probably will criticize me and say, no, it's a bad idea. But it's going to be stock for now until I go to the upgraded horsepower swap on there, which is probably the stock block and pistons and all that. I was going to supercharge it really on and off. I decided to do that, but I'm not going to do that for some odd reason. Oops, keep going right there. Oh, there we go. So anyway, that's what's going on with that one. I decided to make it simple. It's going to be mods, brother. I try to avoid it, none that's going to happen. And well, that's going to fit into what I'm going to do with the white pipe and single exhaust system with it too. And of course, you got to do the fuel plumbing and using the STM fuel pump. And I did the aftermarket 340 fuel pump on there, and probably use the C5 Corvette regulator or fuel filter. Have that set up. I got to really look up on it. Too familiar with Corvettes and these swaps as I've been around cars. I just haven't done a full swap, so that's where I'm at with that. Any comments would be any advice or anything can be as we go through this project, as I go through the swap step by step. I don't see any S10 truck all-wheel drives or stuff like that. It's been always two-wheel drives, being for drag strip, street, and all that stuff, but not an all-wheel drive S10 truck. They're basically for going at the track and all that, but I'm sure there's some, but they're very few in between. There's blazers that are all-wheel drives, I've noticed. So I'm going to do step by step how to implement it in the garage yourself and to do these things. If you're a good welder, I would I would do it. I'm did some welding, but I wouldn't say I'm top notch or even average. But I can refresh myself what little I know, so that's what I'll probably do. Um, I was about ready to give up on the truck, but I figured it was my dad's. It's time for me to, instead of procrastinating, just go ahead and get this truck done and then go and do a couple other projects after that. But main one is the S10, and I'm not doing any body work yet. I'm just going to get the doors replaced, the fenders eventually before I get it running, and the radiator supporter. I may just do some mods on that to put the second gen radiator in it and so forth. So that's what I'm going to do. And I don't know what kind of mod's going to be, but I'm sure I'm going to find out. I'm sure I'm going to learn and all that, and then and go from there. It's going to be electric fence, of course, AC, cruise control. But I'm going to it's going to be mixed with first gen and second gen parts. So the spindles are going to be second gen because I want the dual piston calipers. And, it's a second gen S10 truck power booster and so forth. So I'm going to be upgrading some things. There's going to be drum brakes. I guess they're going to make it simple as possible. I know to be any if there's any model, just go with the flow and do it. So that's what I'm going to do. Uh, and now this looking for bravado should be a dime a dozen because I do believe they have a bunch of the first gens in them. The 91 through 93 S10 four-wheel drive rear end's got to be the 7.6. I'm not going to be able to find the rare 8 non-ZR2 8.5 inch rear end or the fully disc rear brakes of the ZR2 8.5 inch rear end out of a manual four-wheel drive. Well, they said there's automatics, but it was mostly manual transmission is what the information I found out. So that's where I'm at with that. I don't want to do any axle mods or anything. Strictly stock for now until I get to get it running and all that. So I'm going to be doing step by step of what's going on as we're going along. Excuse me. For this swap. So this setup and swap, I'm going to go strictly all-wheel drive. Four-time four-wheel drive is fine and dandy, but for what I want it for, I'm going strictly all-wheel drive. And people are probably going to criticize me a lot, which is fine, and I don't mind that. I'll probably do that. I can deal with the criticism, but I got the plans for this truck as this setup, and then the horsepower comes later with this 4.8. I'm sick with 4.8. I'm gonna need a bigger leader or bigger size cubes on a motor for this mid-size truck, and being it's with 4 cylinders instead of V6 engines, I'm going with the Atlas 4.8 liter. So that's what I'm gonna do with that. And that's said and done. I'm keeping the steering column shifter lever. So I was going to do the 4 shift and convert it, but I want to keep it traditional to the truck. And I got bucket seats, and I'll just put a metal console out of a second gen Blazer. So that's what I'm going to do. The other thing is the exhaust system. I was going to do it out from the white pipe, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to do a single 3-inch eventually with a brush rabbit muffler on there. Go over the axle to the back where the leaf spring is, where the stock pipe sticks out on the stock version of the 6 cylinders or 4 cylinders. So I want to put a 3.5 inch Corvette white dual white tip on there. So that's what I'm going to do with that. So I haven't even barely started anything. It's like, so that's what I'm going to do. Just procrastinating, just spent that life things came up and everything else, and this and been under the weather, I just got back out from being out of state, and so in that regard, it's time to get going on it. And as for the handling, I ended up changing it for obvious reasons. Working on the S10, I figured change was good instead of the Evo Garage 2342, so I changed my handle to Evo Garage S10. So that's what's going to be because of specifically what I'm doing. And eventually we'll add the second gen 73 Camaro and the second gen 74 Firebird. That'll be the next projects. I don't know when I'm going to get to that because I'm doing these phases with the S10. My goal is to get the truck running, and then after that, go take it for a run, see how I like it, see whatever else I can upgrade, and then go to the body. And then I am going to paint it the same color as that truck, original truck was meant to be, and that's what we're going to do. And the interior is going to be the color that it's supposed to be. I'm just doing, I mean, probably everybody has other ideas that can make it better. But this way, I'm going to start small, work my way up. So that's what I'm going to do. But it's going to be a little fast truck with the drum brakes, being it's got a four-wheel drive frame on there. If it was a second gen, no brainer. You still would have to do these things anyway. So if you're going to do it, you're doing it on the first gen and the second gen, if it depends on the application you go for it. Go for it. If it's going to be worth it in the long run, you see a lot of time, go for it. It's how you're choosing does, and that's great. Me, I'm going this silly route because I don't want to put no roll cage on the truck. I may in the cab, that's exceptional. But as for leaving that bed bare in there and for what it's made for, I just want to do and have fun with it in the snow, light off-roading and the trails, and the desert, the dirt. No, it's not a rock climber. And I'm going to use it for the purpose I want it for. But it's going to have the boost kick up, and it's going to shoot. But stock, everybody knows stock is just like, oh, barely. But when I get to the 410 horsepower, which is my ultimate goal, and upgrades is my ultimate goal later, that's what I'm going with. And I will be changing from the 225 75 R15s to the 235 or 75 R15s. So those are tired of my go there. I haven't decided on the rims yet. I'm not going to do away with that until I get that off to that point. The key is to get it down to the frame, take everything apart, recondition it if possible, get rid of the four-wheel drive, part-time four-wheel drive system. The transmission and the motor is going to my son. He wants it, and I'm going to give him that crown set. So that's what I'm going to do. So as for the other parts, I'm probably gonna have to pay the core when I do this swap. So the front differential and the rear differential, it's just fine. So that's what I'm going to do. So the fuel tank I got for it, not the carburetor with this, because there was one I think without the sump on the carburation 20-gallon tank on my first gen. So I bought another tank that has a sump in here for the fuel injection for the S10. And I think it came out for the 4.3. I'm pretty sure, but I'm not going to say I'm quoting myself on that because that's where it's going at. So that's what I'm doing, and hopefully I will be getting into that pretty quick. I got to clean up the garage a little bit. It's going to be messy, but I'm going to make it decent. So I'm not expecting it to be immaculate where you can just wipe it right out, mop it right off the floor. It's not going to work that way. So I'm going to go garage. I'm going to go with everybody does, just work this thing, take it apart, and build this thing up. And the body, I have to replace the doors. So there's no way out of that one. As for the bed yet, I don't know. I'm going to put the bed on. I'm just going to do the doors because they're rusted. I'm going to put from salvage yard and inner fender wells, fenders, and get this thing slowly back together so I can drive it. And I'm going to be showing videos on that too. I'm only doing 100% as a part-time basis, so every 2 to 4 weeks. I would like to do it every 2 weeks instead of just doing it every week. I think I'm pretty settled with that. That's what I'm going at. My heart is to get more involved with the automotive community with these S10s and with the second gen Camaro and Firebird. So that's what I'm hoping to do and show what the quick maintenance on it. So that's what I'm doing. And it's going to be crapped out room. So what I'm being at the engine compartment is condensed, I'm going to have to put a 4-inch cowl induction piece on the hood. Of course, people can cut them out and blend it in, or use a plastic and then mend it in with fiberglass, or just rivet it and put some body fill in. But I'm just going to go all steel, blend it in with the hood, and get it close to the alignment as I can. And I don't know about perfection on it. You just have to see how I get that adjusted and maybe slide it out. You won't even notice. I don't know. So I'm just being honest with you. I don't know where this is going to go. And so that's the goal of the truck right now is to get it running. That's the goal. And I have to emissions in Colorado. I have to live in a city where way north of Denver, so I have to do that. So with white pipe, 4 oxygen sensors, 2 in the front of it, the caliper is on white pipe, 2 on the back. And that's going to be 2.5 inch of white pipe, so that's what I'm going to do. And just put a single 3-inch pipe, 3-inch size straight through the Rattler muffler and go the axle, go with the differential, going over where the leaf springs are underneath it, where the comes out like this, and then just have it angled or just come straight out. And I should do. I won't all get to it at the point, but the idea is do step by step. And I don't think I've seen S10s that are basically have a look of like foam stock factory setup, which I'm hoping to do, but I'm that person. I'm not any wires in the tin, so it's going to be capped or it's going to be done right. You go big or go home. That's my motto. And I don't know about the welding part of it. I might get just the least expensive welder to maybe do the welding when I can. And it'll be a professional, but if it comes out okay and everything's sealed up the way it's supposed to be, then I'm great. If not, give me just let me know. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. I don't mind it, and I'll share with you and kind of communicate with you and everything else. So that's where it's at. And like a sidetrack back to my handle now, I chose that. It was great. I'm going to go with it. It was time for a change. It was time for it to do better on that. So, and as for this right here, this is my shirt right here. My Wolf Garage, and of course I have the logo on the back here. Right here. And that's the logo I got. I might I'm going to be doing merchandising later in the future. Don't know when, but this is what I got set up for now. And I have I'm going to make some more rounds, so that's what I'm probably going to do and everything else. That's where it's at. I'm going to be searching for parts. I got to go search for what I need from the salvage yard in the county, in this county, and in another county from where I live. I used to know that area pretty well, so I should be able to see what kind of I can get my hands on a front differential Provada 700R transmission, the 4-1 or 4472 transfer case. I'm probably going to end up using the dry shop top for probably the front one, and I don't know about the back one, being it's got a the 200R 200 transmission with the 308 gears and a 7.5-inch rear end. So, and it's a 308 gear ratio. I haven't. They said to check the RPO codes, but it's coming out from where I haven't seen the RPO codes on the inside the glove compartment or anything like that. So I have to go as close as I can get to, and it was a 2.8 6-cylinder that was in there. So this is what I'm working with. That's what I got to work with, and I got the manual. So on that particular S10, not on the VIN number, but what the options they have on there. So that's kind of weird, but that's what I had to deal with. This truck must have been messed with before my dad got his hands on it. So that's where I'm at. And I like the S10s. I was going to go to a full-size truck. S10 I got inherited and stuff. So that's what I'm sticking with to see what I'm going to do. So that's where I'm at on that. I don't know if I'm going to keep the rims or not I have on it with those 225 or 205 or 75 or 15s. I don't know yet. That's a little too fast. So what I'm hoping to do is put alloy rims on there with those 235, 75 or 15 tires on it all the way around. I don't know yet. I'm going to do something different on there. I'll have a stock bumper on there, of course. I was going to take the bumper off and put a protection bar on it, but I'm just going to put the stock bumper back on and a front protection bar on it. I don't know if I'll be able to get it wrapped around the front, but I want to be able to tilt it so I can clean up in there doing mechanical work on it as needed. So that's where I'm at there. I did the horse trade with those aftermarket tail lights. I'm gonna go back to the stock ones. They look good, but they don't bolt up very well. They're China replicas, of course. So I'm gonna go back to what you know best, the originals, the factory originals, the ones. So that's why I'm gonna go from the salvage yard. I get them pretty cheap over there. I mean, it's everything gone up a little bit, but it's still pretty reasonable. You can get them. Anybody who's got a budget can go down and get anything pretty much. And that's my goal is to get a salvage yard LS4 8 liter. And that's what I'm gonna do. But I'm gonna be fully focused on trying to chat with you guys as I'm on here, and comments I can get. That'd be great. Try to there may be some advice you can give me on there because really there are going to be some things I don't know and I may be doing wrong. So any help would be great. So that's where I'm at on that. And this is where it's at now. Now it's time to get that truck cleaned up, get that truck apart, and get it running, and worry about the body work later when I get it running. So hopefully, um, if it passes submissions with those Holly Blackheart manifold cast iron manifolds, it should be all right. Now I'm just going to leave the truck intake on there, just leave it be, and just run it. Driving, this is what I want to do, and if I like it, then I'm going to keep it. If not, I'm going to upgrade things as I'm going along. But this is the start to get it running. That's what I'm going to do. And we'll see where it goes. I can't guarantee how it's going to turn out, but I'm going to do the best I can to get it running. And doing road trips on it to see, I'll take a toolbox with me just in case if anything breaks down, and gasoline, of course. But it's going to be step by step, phases. I don't know how many phases there be, to be honest with you, because it could change from one second to another. On hey, okay, well I've done better on this, so there's going to be things that are going to be changing during or on the spot after I get it running or before I get it running. I just don't know. All I can say is that I'm going to try to show you the best I can to put this swap together on an S10 truck on the first gen. Actually, I need it for not the second gen, but I'll be blending with my first gen S10 with second gen S10 parts. And the spindles will be from the four-wheel drive with the dual piston calipers. And it's going to be a cool setup once I'm done. Now, aftermarket parts, I'm not worried about that right now. Just to get this thing running, do the appropriate stuff. I'm putting the second gen S10 radiator in it, and I'm going to probably end up with upgrading the air conditioning and the condenser and the evaporator and stuff like that. So I'm going to be doing that stuff in the plumbing. That part is easy to put on. If not, I'm just going to take it over to the hatchback to put the components together to get that in there into it properly. And I'm going to probably put a short brackets for the AC on the bottom there. They recommend that you either cut in to the frame of it and kind of cut box and weld, or put a smaller bracket, or a smaller bracket and a smaller compressor. I just don't know yet. I won't even know until I get the engine and all this stuff first. Because when I do this, I got to get the LS aftermarket, basic aftermarket LS swap kit, which is the motor mounts, the oil pan. The 700R is not the adapter design. It has an extra slot for where the 4L60 and the LS40 or LS motors in general bolt that bolt up, and it's going to be one bolt less, but I might do something that people probably wouldn't do, and I don't know that you can comment on it on the comments below, and express if that's the right choice or concerned with it yet, and we'll go from there. So that's where it's at on it. So that's what I'm hoping I'm going to be doing. Don't forget. Right now, my goal is to, as a matter of fact, I'm maybe going to get a couple parts to start out. The middle console is probably going to be the first one. And start, while I'm there, I'm going to start doing video runs to salvage yards to go pick up parts. I'm hoping they'll let me be able to film in there or do the 3-minute shorts or something like that. However, then maybe they usually, if you're cool with them, they might let you do it. I don't know, but a lot of times they'll probably say no, and if they do say yes, you can and stuff and do. And best thing to do is tell them this is not going to. I'm gonna put your name in it, but they usually it helps out if you talk to them. If they say no, just do it outside the after you. Just do the film before you go in there, and after you come out, after you get either the product or not. But at least you were there to, and I'm going to have documentation. I've got a lot of receipts on some of the parts I was going to get for the Durangos. Those are gone. But I will keep the receipts and everything else, the documents on this project together. So when I got to deal to the emissions and the referee, I'll be fine. So that's where I'm at on this right now. So I'm in the debating mode with the column, just probably either rebuild it or get another one. I don't know yet. I gotta look for the parts. So I got some, but I don't have all what I need to rebuild this home. Neighbor friend is probably gonna lend me his tool to actually rebuild it, and I might just do that to save me $150. But if it's cost somewhere over $100 to even get this stuff to rebuild it, I might fluctuate and say, you know what, it's better just to go get the column, swap out the ignition switch I have here. It's a new one anyway. I've had it in there since they had put it in the truck. Since I got the truck back, actually from the inherit, it's a big story, but I won't get into that. But I will have to make a decision if I'm going to be rebuilding it, at least the parts that I took out that were already out, and if not, I'll just get a swap for it and just put in and call it good. It should be able to harness right up to from I think 82 to about 86 or 87, somewhere around. They were saying 88, but it's 87 possibly. Don't quote me on that. If it's 82 to 86 or 82 to 85, just check on the RPO codes, check everything out before you do it, and that way you'll know if it's going to be feasible. And I had a real look, and the only place I might be able to get one is at the condo, south, about an hour from where I live. So, if it's $150, it'll be in. I just slap it back on there. I don't have to worry about it. There's the linkages to the transmission I have to worry about. I'm going to a 700R. Don't know about that yet. I'll be showing that as we go along. But that's it, though. That's it on that. As for other plans, I will let you know what's going on. I'm going to keep doing. I'm going to be filming. I am clueless on filming and editing. I don't know much about editing, but I'll do the best I can until if somebody's interested in doing it and I get better, I get more proactive into this my YouTube channel, which I will. But as for filming, don't have a clue. That's what YouTube is there for. I'm going to learn from there. A lot of people probably my age, in my mid-50s, probably don't want to do that. I'll have somebody else do it. But for now, this is what I have to deal with. So this is where I'm at. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun doing it. And I may have to take steps back, take breathers, because I'm going to be hitting bumps like you wouldn't believe because of this swap I'm doing. But as for now, the non-ZR2 8.5-inch rear end drum brake rear end is out. I'm not going to worry about going to get one. I'll just go get the 7.6 rear end, 7.6-inch rear end from a 91 to 93 S10 Blazer or truck. So that's what I'm at. So I thought I'd give you an update on that. And what other thing? I don't know what other thing. Jeez. I had some. In fact, I may have some of those. I may have some of those. I probably don't have them here either. I bet you. Those. Oh yeah. Actually, I didn't think I did. I didn't know these I had. This is one of my logos. This is one of my logos right here. And neighbor came up with it. I was surprised. And this is my other logo. This is my other logo right there. You did a real good job on it. You helped me out with it, so it came out pretty well. So these are pretty much pretty much uh, pretty much my logos. So those are it right there. The white ones on there is a typical one. It was a baseline one, so I left that on there. So that's pretty much what I have there. And I like them. I like them a lot. So these. Yep. So that's where I'm at right there. Is um, sorry about that. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm just looking at this because I don't know if anybody's going to chat or not. So, but that's where I'm at. Check on. You probably see the old Wolf Garage videos at Wolf Garage 2342, but it's at Wolf Garage S10. So check them out. Be square. Be there. Be square.